Sounds good.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Heart Talk call. Today is July 2nd in the year 2019. Can you believe it? We were just talking about that. And I am Sue Ellen Dickinson. You know that, too. But I will be with you for the next hour or so as your host. And we've got a great topic of conversation in front of us. I know that. And just a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, and we're going to do that. But before we jump into the deep end of the pool, so to speak, let me just welcome you all once again to Heart Talk and remind you that it is so much more than an ordinary phone call, because this Heart Talk right here is where you can speak your mind straight from your heart. And that's exactly what we're going to do, just like we do every Tuesday morning right around this time. And by the way, Heart Talk is brought to you by The Essentials. And what are the Essentials, you ask? Well, the Essentials are an amazing nutritional supplemental formula designed, created just for us, MSers, by our very own Dr. Rudy Cartwright. In case you don't know who Dr. Rudy Cartwright is, he is a neurosurgeon, a very well-renowned neurosurgeon, I might add. That's a brain surgeon. He's also an expert in multiple sclerosis, and he has designed, created, and prepared these amazing products, as I say, just for us. And he did so with this in mind, so that the Essentials could help get rid of fatigue. The Essentials can help stop pain, tingling, and numbness. The Essentials will help with vision problems and balance. The Essentials will also help to clear up that pesky old brain fog that yours truly loves to hate. Oh, my goodness, it drives me nuts. But anyway, the big question, of course, is, well, gee, can I take these Essentials and other products of Dr. Cartwright's too? Can I take them with my current medications? Yes, you can. Absolutely. And also, did I mention they are made up of only the finest of natural ingredients? Now, where can you get them if you want to give them a try? Great question. I'm going to be sending you an email as soon as we're done with this call. And not only will you find the replay link in there to this great conversation we're about to have, that I know you're going to want to listen to again and share with family and friends, but also scroll down in that email to about halfway, and you will see where it says, Get Dr. Cartwright Supplements in capital letters. And click on that button. It will take you to another page where you can see the entire list of ingredients. I just don't have time right now to go over that with you, but you can do that after the call, and once you get that email, and go see for yourself. And also read up on them a little more than, again, I have time to go into right now. But pick yourself up a bottle of the Essentials. I know you're going to be glad you did. Hey, look at, what do you have to lose? You've probably tried everything else under the sun, right? I know I did. And by the way, how's that working out for you? So how about picking up a bottle of these amazing Essentials? I know you're going to be glad you did, because you know what? The Essentials are helping people to feel better, and they are helping to get rid of and lessen one symptom at a time. And isn't that what it's all about? To feel better and lessen those symptoms? The Essentials. Don't forget that word, the Essentials. And so with that, all right, let's put that part of our program aside and to bed, and we'll get back. I'll remind you of that before we close out here, like I said, in about an hour or so. But in the meantime, we've really got something to talk about here. And wow, did I get a reaction from this? I was so pleased, because I couldn't but wonder when I first saw this, what in the world is Devin Garlit talking about? What is he thinking? What was he thinking when he wrote this article that he calls Anything Worth Doing is Worth Doing Poorly? What? Are you serious? Poorly? Really? Devin? Is this the Devin Garlit we know and love with all his treasured articles? Oh, come on, Devin. But as I read on And as my mind stepped over the threshold into his world of common sense and very clear thinking, I soon came to realize where he was taking us. And you will too. I know you will. Because it's not what you think. Instead, you're going to see the wisdom in what he's talking about here when he gives us these amazing words of advice. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. That's right. Devin says anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. And you know what? I think you're going to agree with him. So let's get started. Let me read this article to you. A little sip of my orange juice first. Hold on. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I want to know what you have to say. I've already heard from several of you in a very positive manner. So, but I want to hear it live right here on the call so that it's recorded, so that the people listening to it on the replay are going to know what we're talking about and hopefully have a little benefit from this too. So, okay, let's get going. Here's Devin. When you live with a chronic illness like multiple sclerosis, the way you approach many aspects of life begins to change. I recently stumbled upon a really great expression that demonstrates this, one that my gut reaction was, oh, no way, until I really began to think about it. And it goes like this: anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Let me read that again. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Now, I'm sure many of you are just as shocked as I was when I first saw that. And at first glance, it is so counterintuitive to everything I've ever believed. But allow me a chance to explain it, because adopting this mantra has been very beneficial to me. Say what? Very beneficial to me? Like many of you, I'm very much aware of the idea that anything worth doing is worth doing well. Basically meaning, if you're going to do something, you should give it your all. You should do the very best you can and really put forth the effort. It's really a slogan I've always tried to live out as best I could, putting forth considerable effort into anything I undertook. And whether it was my studies, my career, or even a recreational adult kickball league, and yes, they really have those, I would give it my very best. To say I was a competitive person in my youth would be a grand understatement. So to hear what sounds like the inverse of a motto I lived by really gave me pause. I thought it made no sense. If something is worth any bit of your time, surely it's worth all of your effort, or else why bother? Why undertake it at all? My life has changed since I was a hardworking overachiever, determined to not only have a successful career, but also lead his adult kickball league to the city championship. You go, Devin. The longer I've had MS, the more problems have risen for me. My life is significantly different than it even was, 10 years ago. I could talk about all of my various symptoms, but I do enough of that, so I'll just sum it up like this. Everything takes more of an effort for me. And whether it's that I'm fatigued and starved for energy, or having trouble walking, or just mentally exhausted from living a life with an incurable disease, everything is just a little bit harder. Okay. Some things are much more difficult too, I admit. If I put all of my effort into something, then that's it. I'm spent. I can't function anymore. You all know the spoon theory. That's where the saying begins to make sense to me. Something is better than nothing. And I do have these difficulties. This life is exhausting. So if I can participate in my life, even if I can't be 100% successful in what I'm doing, I still benefit. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. Okay, maybe I can't hang with friends all night, but maybe I can go for an hour or two. Maybe I can't clean my whole house, but I can pick up a few things here and there. Perhaps the idea of taking a full shower seems like an absolute nightmare. Well, I can use a wash rag or a moist towelette to clean a couple of areas. Maybe I can't do all the dishes, but I can get them soaking in some soapy water. I may be unable to do a great job at something, but that doesn't mean I can't do a poor job. It doesn't mean I can't at least take part in somehow, even if I don't complete it. Even if I do something halfway, that's still 100% better than if I hadn't done anything at all. The small successes that come from this attitude are extremely helpful for me. I suppose it's another way of looking at a glass as half full, but actually practicing it. For me, that really required learning how to let myself off the hook. For instance, I used to be really into working out. Now, these days I'm extremely far removed from that, so the idea of exercising when I couldn't do what I once did seemed very unpalatable. But once I got past that and realized I didn't have to do something as well as I once did, I began to benefit. Maybe I can't lift a ton of weights anymore, but I can work out with some resistance bands for a few minutes, and it still helps me. I can still do something that can be beneficial to me, even if I cannot do it all. Taking part in doing what you can, even if it's not everything, is absolutely okay. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. You aren't half bleep something. You're doing what you're capable of. You're still part of it. You still are a success at it. By the way, the bleep was a little expletive there. It's no longer, oh, I had to leave early. It's, I have to go see my friends for a bit. It's not, I couldn't clean the house. It's, I helped clean the house by picking up a few things. I didn't fail to shower. I managed to clean myself up a little bit. Doing a little of anything, even if it's poorly, can be extremely helpful. Thank you, Devin Garlit. Now that is what putting things into perspective is all about. What do you guys think?
I think I'm still chewing my granola bar.
By the way, we had somebody, we had a couple of somebodies join us while I was reading Devin's article. Tell us who you are, where you calling from, who joined us. Mystery callers. I love them, don't you?
Oh, yeah. They're great.
I know.
They're kind of shy, but speaking up,
maybe they'll pipe up and let us know who they are. But that's okay. We love you. We're glad you're on the call, and hope it's as beneficial to you as it was to me reading that and listening to it again. What are your ideas? Come on, give me some feedback. What'd you think about it?
Now, I thought it was really, really good. I mean, kind of what he does is the same thing I do. I mean, I do as much as I can without continuing to go crazy on it. I got to do this. I got to do that. No. Take it slowly. Otherwise, you're going to wipe out.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you out. Oh,
that's okay.
Well, I was going to say, I think that listening to that, my spirits were lifted up, because even though I know sometimes I'm not able to do everything that I want to do, at least I did some. Right. At least I didn't give up and say, this is not going to work. No, I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying until I can get it right. Mm-hmm. So, that comes with your thinking well of yourself, because at least you tried. You may not have been successful, but you tried. You didn't give up.
That's right.
Exactly. That's a good way to look at it, too, Marianne.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I can wash dishes all the time, but I can't get the kitchen cleaned up spotless or anything. Not all the time. Just some of the time.
I think what is important about it is because when you do things and keep doing them and keep trying, eventually you usually find out you can do more than you could when you started. So, maybe the day on Monday, all you could do is wash one dish. By Friday, maybe you're able to wash 5 dishes. And that's what I think is important about it.
Well, yesterday, I baked some chicken. I cooked cabbage, zucchini, and something else. I forgot what else. Plus, I washed dishes. And then I exercised. So I got a lot done yesterday. So I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying until I get it right and as good as I can.
That's the key. And you keep hitting on that wonderful phrase, don't give up. And that's what it's all about. And, I think Devin puts it into perspective for us, don't you? And that's really what you guys are saying as well. It's kind of like that old saying, and we've used it here on Heart Talk many, many times. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
There was one time I was like, oh, God, I got to do every little thing. Just so,
And I forgot, I also cooked lasagna. So I did a lot yesterday.
Wow, you were busy. You were busy. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I have kind of learned from Dr. Cartwright the things that I cannot eat and can eat, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so that's helpful. I mean, wheat is one of the things that MSers cannot handle. And, I tried to do one day. It's like, oh, this has wheat in it. I says, I should have looked at the ingredients before I even opened the package.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that really wiped me out.
Yeah, and there are certain things that, our bodies just don't like, or the MS in our bodies just don't like. It's not good for us. Yeah, and that's, what you, the old saying, you are what you eat, and that's really true. Yeah, and I'm glad you know that. Yeah, wheat is not our friend. It's not.
No, it's not.
Not for us.
No. I know God put it on the planet for a reason. It was to feed people with, but MSers just can't handle it.
No, we can't. No.
Nope. And I find out that corn is not very good for me either. I had corn checks one day, and I felt like, afterwards.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so this is not very good for me either. Okay.
My daughter's godmother works for a holistic doctor, and she told me what to eat and what to stay away from. Rye is another thing. She said, don't eat any rye bread. Yeah. So wheat, rye, corn, and sugar, those things she specifically told me. You want to stay away from those.
And barley, too, by the way. Barley.
And barley.
Yep.
Right, and barley.
Yep.
Wheat, rye, and barley.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and corn is one of those things, too. It's not very good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like, that's
so
cow food. Cattle food.
Right.
Excuse me, I'm not a cow. Last I looked, anyway.
And she also said eat meat when you eat meat, grass-fed animals.
Right. And
that depends. Yes, but Marianne, that's a very, very good thing. But it depends on what part of the country you live in. Like down here where I am in the South, grass-fed beef. That's pretty much all we can get. But up in your neck of the woods, up in the Midwest and all that area, you get that corn-fed beef, right? Mostly.
Actually.
Yeah, and of course on the dinner plate it's tastier, it's much more tender. It's got the benefits for, your taste buds and maybe your digestive system. But I know, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of grass fed. You can buy a lot of grass fed meat here.
Can you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. That's good to know because we really can't get the corn fed down here. At least I can't find it.
I haven't seen corn fed here, but I've seen grass fed.
Uh-huh.
I buy the grass fed a lot.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen corn fed.
It's good either way. And now with these agricultural and food shortages, oh boy, Katie bar the door. We're going to be lucky if we can find beef and pork and all that on the grocery store shelves. Anybody been to the grocery store? I got to throw that out. Have you been watching the prices go up like I have?
Actually, yes, I have. Right here in Nebraska. Right here in Franklin, Nebraska. I went down to the store yesterday. I saw that Dan's usual breakfast foods, sausage biscuits, the price has gone up to almost $7 a box.
Ouch!
It's like, holy, ouch is right. I went to the store yesterday. I got a box for him, and I says, $6.99. Says, holy biscuits, that's expensive.
Now that's pork sausage, you said?
I think it's pork. Well, anything with sausage, I stay away from anyway.
Yeah.
What's going up here in Illinois is right next door to us, and they went up on the gas prices 19 cents a gallon. So
hey,
yeah, 19 cents a gallon.
That was the increase. Was 19 cents?
Yes, 19 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Increase.
Holy biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they already pay a lot more gas. They when you see a lot of Illinois cars here in Indiana, then you know that they're coming over here to get the gas. And then they said the cigarettes went up to $1 a pack, which I don't smoke. Thank God I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But cigarettes went up $1 a pack. Gas 19 cents a gallon, and then some other gas 15 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
All I can say is, man, your pocketbook's drained
right,
quick.
and they have taxes. We don't pay taxes on grocery here. The only thing we pay taxes on is candy pop, and which pop is soda pop. We call it pop here. Candy pop and gum, and then insured drinks and booths like that. But other than that, we don't pay taxes on groceries. But they do in Illinois, so they come over here and get a lot of groceries too. They just come right across the state line, which Hammond, Indiana, is right next door to Calumet City, Illinois. So they come from Calumet City and go to Hammond and buy groceries a lot, and they come Gary and different places around here to buy the groceries, which I can't blame them. I would do the same thing.
I bet they save a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And then the income here, as far as what they make on the jobs, they pay way more in Illinois than they do Indiana. So a lot of people live in Indiana and work in Illinois.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, that is interesting.
And then they come here and pay the lower taxes and the lower rent, and then they work in Illinois. So they have to pay taxes in Illinois and Indiana. So
yeah,
but
very, very. I didn't know that. That's really good information. And guys, have you noticed? By the way, how is the flooding in your area, Sherry? I know you're on, and I just and by the way, thank you. I saw that these weather reports that are coming from you, and I'm wondering about you, Marion, about you, Day, and anybody else in that neck of the woods. By the way, Carol, usually I have Carol with us, and she's not here today. She had something else she had to do, so she couldn't be on the call. But hi to everybody from Carol. So hi, Carol. But anyway, what are we seeing? Are we? I know I'm still getting pictures of these, farm fields underwater. Even some buildings are still underwater, and more rain on the way.
Yes,
what's
indeed.
Happening? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's not flooding in my neck of the woods, so there's no flooding this way.
Okay.
But in Illinois, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rain, it did rain pretty hard here one day last week, and I mean, it sounded like the rain was coming through the window. It was raining so hard.
Wow.
Wow.
Marion, I'm hearing that more and more. People will say, I mean, even in the absence of thunder and lightning, you don't have to have some massive, horrible act of nature going on outside, but the rain, they say, is just horrific. That is just, like Niagara Falls is pouring over your house.
Yeah, it was like that one day last week, but it didn't do it. But that one day.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been reading. I've been catching little snippets here and there. Yesterday, I think, was down in Miami. They had a fire.
In Miami?
Yes, Miami, Florida.
I missed that. What kind of fire?
It was a brush fire out there on the beach. Yeah. And
like in the Everglades somewhere, that down there?
I actually don't know. I didn't pay too close attention to it. It's just that I saw there was a fire down on Miami Beach.
Oh, on the beach? On the beach?
Yeah.
How do you get a fire on a beach?
I don't think it was the beach. I think it was the brush fire thing I saw. And then there was 5 feet of hail in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Yeah. I saw
Dang. Yeah. The temperature went from 80 to 60 in about an hour. It's like, holy cow.
80 to what? 80 to what?
80 to 60.
60.
Well, yeah, with hail like that, all I can say is that's a hellacious thing.
Yeah, I know it's absolutely unbelievable what's happening with the weather. The point I was making, and tying this back into our grocery store comments is that, the prices are going to go up. You're seeing it on, different items now. But boy, oh boy, I mean, Katie bar the door. I think 6 months from now it's going to be a whole different picture in this country because there is no harvest to speak of, and these fields are still under water. I'm getting, my friends in Kansas, and my friend Phyllis in Kansas talks about, the farmers. Now they're retired. She's retired, but all the people around her, in the farm fields around her, they're just doing what they can to get in and salvage what they can salvage, and it's not too much that they're able to do, and to get in and plant and replant. It's not happening. So I was wondering. Yeah, Sherry, are you there? I'm curious.
I am.
Yeah. What's going on up there, weather-wise? What's happening?
Well, last night, like I said, I don't like storms. And when we lost reception on the TV, and it was a thundering and a lightning, and the rain was coming down in buckets, wow. I was going into a panic, and Carl shut the TV, he shut the lights off. The lights we still had electricity, but he shut them off and he said, let's go to bed. That's his answer to everything. Just go to sleep. We'll wake up in the morning, and if we haven't gotten blown away, we'll still be here. We'll think about it then. But anyway, I haven't really heard any damage on the radio this morning. I always have that on in the mornings. Listen to the death announcements and see if I'm on there. And if I'm not, I go on with my day. And I listen to the new news on the TV, though, and it will show more if there's any flood damage or anything.
Sure.
I know we had flood warnings everywhere around here, so I'll be sure and watch the TV and see if there's any damage anywhere there. But no, here at our place and stuff, no flood damage or anything.
Well, thank God for that. Yeah, when I got your email last night, I wasn't sure if the storm had knocked out your TV or if you just, turned it off.
Right. And we still had electricity, but it had knocked out the dish.
I see.
So.
Yeah, because you've been getting, and your weather reports, and by the way, thank you so much for sending those.
You're welcome.
Because I really am following it, and I'm getting the picture that it's unrelenting where you are.
Yes.
It's unrelenting. I mean, it's, chance of rain is high every day. There's, how many times in one report do I see the word thunderstorms, and you've got to be really tired of it, too, because you're living through it. Unreal. But I'm glad you're safe. And Toretta was another one. Is she on the call? Toretta, are you on the call? Okay.
I don't think she is.
No, I haven't heard of. But yeah, they've had some stormy weather down there, and it's not going to let up, unfortunately, by the looks of the long-term forecasts. So you know, I am really concerned about, you know, the supplies, the food supplies naturally. And Virginia, are you on? Are you on the call? No. She was saying the last time we had this discussion, she was saying, get canned goods at the store, you know, and put away, which I think is, you know, a very smart idea. Is anybody else thinking about that or doing that, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's see. Well, once in a while I see some corn on sale or something, and I always say, okay, time to grab it. And I hardly ever do, though. Because we got lots of canned foods already put away.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's like, well, whenever we think of it, when we're at the store, we grab an extra can or two. The food looks like we were getting, well, we have just the salt shaker full of salt, and it says, okay, next item I grab at the store is salt.
Yes. You know, people, we've talked about that before. You know, they think, oh, I've got, of course, down here, you know, we're big on the preparations this time of year because of hurricanes, you know, like, duh, we live in hurricane country. And, you know, those that have not prepared, when the time comes, even if it's for a day or two, when you need it, you need it, you need it, yeah. But the one thing that really gets overlooked is salt. And people forget you've got to have salt. The human body needs salt to survive. And,
it does.
Yeah. And have you noticed how the price on salt has gone up, Day? Have you noticed that?
Well, actually, it depends on the brand, I guess.
Yeah.
I always get the cheapest one I can get because it's otherwise expensive.
Yeah, right.
Trying to get some with sodium and stuff like that.
Yeah, you want to get the best bang for your buck, of course. But even the cheap ones have gone up. Have you noticed that? You know, maybe not as much as, you know, the old familiar brands, but the old familiar brands, I can see where it's gone up. Let's see, the Morton salt down here just a few short months ago was like 80 cents. And I picked one up the other day. It was $1.09. So,
wow.
Do the math. You know, it's over 30 cents, like 31 cents. Yeah. So, but that's something that you've got to have. And there are all kinds of horror stories going back to the pioneer days in this country, where you know, people have taken, you know, from gone from the East Coast in their Conestoga wagons. You know, they're going to pioneer out west, and they've got their this and their that and all their supplies and everything with them, but they run out of salt. They run out. And they start going crazy. Yeah, because you have to have it. So please, don't forget your salt. You need it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, you know, back to what we were talking about, too, about Devin's article about, you know, just doing the best you can in all ways. And I think that is, in many ways that separates us MSers. I really do. And, yes, I'm patting us on the back. I really do, because we're kind of forced into it. You know, we don't give up. At least nobody on this call gives up. I know that. And you do the best you can, even if it's a fraction of what you want to do, or even a fraction of what you're expected to do in the course of a day or whatever. But the point is, we do it. And that's all. Yeah, go ahead. Hello? Anybody there?
Might have been Day.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. I heard some crazy noise there. I don't know if that was you, Day, or Marianne.
I think it probably was.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I heard it too.
Okay.
I think it was me. I got a speakerphone here so I can talk, but I hold the dang thing close to my ear.
Could be, yeah. You know,
Sue Ellen.
Yes.
This is Guillermo.
Guillermo. Hey, bro. How you doing?
I've been kind of listening to you guys.
Yeah.
the weather here in Dallas area,
Mhm.
it's been like wet, humidity really high.
Uh-huh.
And can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether my phone is kind of working or not.
No, you're okay.
Oh, you just fine.
But it rains, and it seems like every other day or something, and a lot of thunderstorms.
Really?
And the humidity, like I said, it's unreal.
Really?
Yeah. The matter of fact, we're talking about food. I ended up going to Kroger's on Saturday.
Mhm.
The aisles were on the vegetable side. They were pretty empty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not empty, but usually they're more packed.
I know what you mean. Yep.
And all the prices, everything going up around here.
Mhm.
So,
now, when you say everything, are you talking about? I mean, if you're like me, I go in with a list, and I really try and stick to the list. But it's a garden variety, no pun intended. Now, I don't know. Do you do the same thing? And when you say the prices are going up, is that everything from like the vegetables to the paper products or the dog food or the general
vegetables?
Things? Yeah.
Vegetables, chicken.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of salmon.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
I have a little problem with my guy in the butcher because
with your what?
When I have a little problem with a guy that in the butcher area, that cuts the salmon.
Yeah.
I'll see a big old slab of salmon and I'll get him to say, "Hey, cut that one into 4 or 5 pieces." So and when I get home, I slice it up. And then individually put them up.
Yeah.
So pull them out. And he gets so perturbed with me. It's like, and I'm going, I'm almost like roll my eyes at him, and I'm going.
Why does he get perturbed with you?
Oh, he just kind of does because I guess I'm the only one that does that, or and then I'm going, hey, I'll just make it 6 or 7 individual meals.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it, but then I'm going, hey, you're working for us. I mean, you're getting paid by the people that come here to work,
Right.
I mean, to buy stuff.
Right.
Anyway, so let me tell you what. When that day, Saturday, it was like 97 here, but with a heat index, it was like 103. Ouch, exactly.
Wow.
So let me tell you, by the time I got all my stuff and got it in a car, went to my got home and put it in the garage, and my MS was kind of flaring up again, and oh my God, my left leg was kind of out of whack, and I'm going, Guillermo, you got to make it too. This stuff has got to come inside the house,
right.
and put the milk and all that stuff in the refrigerator. So I did it. Let me tell you, it wore me out. By an hour, I had to sit down on my chair for about an hour just to cool off. Sure. I was putting that heat insect and had the air conditioner just blowing big time.
Yeah.
So, for some odd reason, guys, this summer it's been a little harder on me on the MF because of the humidity.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
you're not alone.
You guys.
You're not alone. And guys, I want to hear. Can you address that for Guillermo? If anybody can relate, I can. Go ahead.
Well, Dave can a little bit because yes, it has been humid like crazy here. I mean, Saturday and Sunday we were under heat advisory, and yes, even though the temperature were kind of nice and warm, the heat index was huge.
Yeah.
And last night, I usually take Hunter on a little ride in my lap with my power chair. We round the block, I call it giving him the runaround.
Mhm.
Because they run around the block, you know. But last night.
Go ahead.
Okay, I said, well, we were heading north, and Hunter's like, no. He didn't say that, but he was kind of indicating that. That's what that boy does. He's an indicator.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm learning how to read his indication.
Do you know? You said the heat index was really high. Guillermo said it was 103 when he had that problem day. That problem for him. What do you know? What yours was?
I think it was like 110.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
It was very high. That's why we run.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm done basically.
Go ahead, Guillermo.
Well, I ended up calling a friend of mine. He lives on the south side of Texas in Laredo.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the weather down there. It's been like 105, 106, with a heat index of 113, 114. And we're not talking, ladies, we're not talking Phoenix hot weather. You're talking humidity wet. You know,
humidity
it's like,
wet, yeah.
Exactly. I'm going, and I asked him, David, how are you surviving? He says, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Well, the day, that Saturday, when I came in here, I was so exhausted. You know, one of those big things of Gatorade. Not the little bottle ones. But I don't know, whatever they are. I sat there and not the huge one. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I drank the whole thing.
Wow.
In about an hour, and I hate to be I couldn't pee. I was that dry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going.
Practically chugging it.
Yeah. You
chugging it. So bad, yeah. And then I kept on going, maybe you ought to take a little salt,
Right.
Put some salt in you.
Yeah,
and
that's a very good idea.
And then I kept on going, yeah. I'm going, but, you got high blood pressure and, it's going to just get out of whack, So, anyway, that's how I struggle lately.
A little, though. I mean, the body needs, and I'm sure, I'm just kind of guessing, but I bet you were sweating profusely, right?
Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you,
well,
my shirt.
Yeah,
my shirt was soaking wet.
Yeah, and you know what happens because sweating is great on one hand because we get all the toxins out of our pores, but on the other hand, there go a lot of our nutrients and a lot of our salt. And out it goes. So it's just replenishing. Yeah, and I want to. I mean, this is a great topic, and there's but I want to just bring up something as a wee bit of a word of caution. There is something called the wet bulb syndrome. Now, Guillermo, I think you probably remember us talking about this, going back even a couple of years. When Dr. Cartwright made his amazing heat and sink. And by the way, you guys, write this down. Heat and Sink, HEAT-N, the letter N, sink, SYNC.com, heat-n-sink.com. And this is a heat tolerance lotion. Check it out because I'm going to tie that in briefly to what I'm going to say about this. But what we talked about then really didn't make that much sense. If you recall, Guillermo, because I know you were on those calls back then, but we talked about the wet bulb syndrome. Do you remember that?
I can barely remember. I mean, but I think, go ahead.
Yeah, no, off the top of my head, I don't remember the numbers to this, but it's happening right now in India, in the country of India, and in that part of the world, a lot right now. And basically, what it amounts to is that when the outside temperature, the ambient temperature, the air temperature, right, when it gets to a certain height, a certain degree, coupled with, together with, the high concentration and level of humidity. So you've got high humidity, high temperatures. And again, I'd have to look it up. I'm having a brain freeze, no pun intended on the numbers. But it will create what's called the wet bulb syndrome on the human body. you can die from it easily. Because basically what happens is the body overheats and it quits, and down you go, lights out.
You know what? You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm not. I don't care how hot it gets. I am not a sweater at all. I don't sweat. I've just never been a sweater.
I'm the same way, Marianne.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't sweat. I don't care. It can get 90-some degrees here. I'm not going to sweat.
Wow. You guys have to be extremely careful. Go ahead, Guillermo.
No, I can tell you. That Saturday, it was a miserable day for me. I thought I would die. I mean, that was that hot.
Yeah.
And then to make it worse, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, my air conditioner was kind of giving me a little trouble. And I'm going, oh God, you gotta nip this thing on the bud. You know.
Oh yeah.
You can't live without air conditioner in Texas.
Right.
So I ended up calling my air conditioner gentleman, and then he came in. I said, well, looks like my air conditioner that I had was a 13-year-old air conditioner with the old Freon stuff.
Right.
So basically, he said, it's leaking. I said, really? Okay. So what are you going to have to do? Well, you have to put some Freon. And you know how much that stuff costs? A can? $189 a can.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Oh,
exactly.
Wow.
So I said, how many do we need? He said, 10 of them.
What?
10 of them.
Holy
cow. I'm going, I'm not a CPA, but I can do the math real quick. This ain't going to work. I mean, this. So anyway, so he says, and by the way, Guillermo, your motor is acting up. So,
oh no.
So let me give you advice, because I think if I put that Freon, I think he's an older gentleman, honest as you can get. He goes, I feel like I'm stealing you, because it's gonna, you cannot buy this Freon anymore. The people that have old air conditioners, the people that have that Freon, they don't have it. You're not going to be able to get it anymore. Nowhere in the United States.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So all old air conditioners that have the old Freons will not be able to get Freon because they're going to that new air conditioner system. So the bottom line, he says, let me give you a honest, honest opinion. Mm-hmm. Get you a new air conditioner. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so I said, okay. Well, where can you put it in? I can put it in tomorrow. Oh my God. Get back. It was like getting a brand new air conditioner. You better have a gold mine.
Really?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That bad?
Wow.
$9,000.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Was that central air?
Yeah, he ended up putting central air. He put a brand new furnace for the gas, the thing for the furnace upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing. And then, oh my God. Anyway, so I asked him, I said, David, how do you want me to pay for it? He goes, you can give me cash, you can give me a check, or you can give me a credit card. But my wife, God bless her, she said she won't take American Express. So you're going to have to pick any of those three. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Exactly. But you know what? You can't live without an air conditioner here in Texas.
No, you've got to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know when we lived in Georgia, my husband was in the Army, and we lived in Georgia, it got the air conditioner, we had to call in a work order. That's with the military, where you call because the air conditioner went out or some kind of appliance. And so anyway, some kind of like the general heat or something. But anyway, our air conditioner had went out, and the people that stayed next door to us were some nasty people. They had a dog and wouldn't clean up the dog poop. And I was pregnant with our daughter, and I could not open up the window because the air had went out, and we had to wait for the work order. It was 103 degrees, and that time I felt like I was suffocating. And I told them, you all better get here and get it done. First call with this work order, and they finally came and fixed the air conditioner, and then I could breathe. Other than that, I mean, I still didn't sweat then, but it was just that fume from that dog. I told my husband, I said, "You don't tell them." I'm going to tell them. So to clean up behind that dog, so I couldn't even open the door. And had morning sickness too. I was like, oh, this was horrible. So anyway, but it got up to the hottest I remember it getting was 106, I think it was in Georgia.
My word.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, the Father's Day that weekend, that Father's Day, we had one huge storm came through here. And the power went out for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. I knew thunderstorms was coming, so I said, got to my air conditioner. I said, I lowered it down. I was like, hey, let's lower it. If the power goes out, at least we're going to have a little, coolness in here before it all goes away. Oh, my God. After 2 hours, it's got to get a little hotty in here.
Oh, boy.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, my God. Hot in my MS. I thought, no, this ain't going to work. I mean, it's like, wow. Luckily enough, the power came back on in 2 hours, but a lot of trees went down and all that stuff ran through here. I mean, we've had some terrible weather here. I mean, but so has everybody else in this country.
Yeah, it's changing, isn't it? It's changing. And this, Guillermo, back to what we were talking about before. Pick up that extra can of beans when you go to the store because you said it, and we kind of got off that subject for a minute, but everything is going up. I know I go into the grocery store. Like I said, I have a list, and variety of stuff, just stuff that you use every day, and there is nothing that has not gone up. Maybe it's just a couple of pennies or maybe it's $1, but it's all moving in the same direction. And that's, I don't know if anybody else is seeing that, but it's happening, and it ties in with what you're talking about, Guillermo, because not only are the fields, we're talking about the farmers and that, but you're talking about trees down and about these storms that are going through. Guess what? They're also messing up highways and bridges and our infrastructure. And you said the electricity goes down. It all interconnects. And by that, I'm talking about, what moves those groceries and those supplies that we use every day, what moves them to the store, where we go shopping. Trucks have to go over what? Roads, bridges. Yeah. Flooding in 14 states right now. 14 states in the continental U.S. Yes, there is, from all this crap. Excuse me. Yep.
You can't, I used to be able to see corn around here. I'll tell you what, because I'll do like spaghetti.
Right.
And spaghetti noodles itself, it's going up.
I know. Yeah, hasn't it, though? Hasn't it?
It's just, because I try to, whatever.
The noodles have gone up. I know it. Well,
everything's gone up. Well, gasoline, like something Marianne was saying.
They're going to hit the sky before you know it.
They're going to hit what?
I said they're going to hit the sky, unfortunately,
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to get to the point where, there's certain things that, you're not going to be able to afford. We just can't get it. We'll have to do without something. And,
exactly.
Yeah. And,
I'm sorry, Sue Ellen.
No, go ahead. Getting
back to Devin, his thing, I can understand where he comes from. There's certain times I felt like I could do a lot more.
Right.
And for some odd reason, maybe it's the weather or just I don't have the energy or I'm more fatigued or whatever it is.
Right.
And I think last time on this conference, somebody was talking about, and I didn't say anything. I just kind of stood behind. But I was having a lot of spasticity on my leg, on my leg,
Right.
And I kept on going, what's going on? And it was major cramping. I'm not sure whether any of you guys ever get that or not.
That's what I've been dealing with right now. That's what I'm under doctor's care for right now. And I had a test done for the baclofen pump. so I'll be getting that baclofen pump soon. So the baclofen did nothing for me. The pill itself did nothing for me, but make me sleep. And so when I saw a specialist and I saw a surgeon, and in about 2 weeks or maybe a little bit longer, maybe by the end of this month, maybe I'll start getting that baclofen pumped, and that's what I'm looking forward to, get rid of that doggone spasticity.
Does that hurt you, Marianne?
It just feels like rubber bands wrapped around my feet and my legs real bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a vice grip.
Yes, there you go. Yep.
Mine's like almost like it gets to be like a vice grip, and it won't let go. And I'm going, give me a break. Give me a break. So she told me, she said, take your little muscle relaxant or whatever for that. But that muscle relaxant puts me 30 minutes later, 45 minutes, gives me the jitters or whatever it does.
Jitters, I've been feeling the tremors too. So I know exactly.
But I can understand what Kev, and Devin goes. It's like, there's days I'm going, God, come on, man. I used to do more, but whatever.
But
whatever.
You know what? I want to make a point. We're almost out of time, and I want to make a point on this, though, because I'm hearing what you guys believe me, I'm hearing what you guys are saying, and I know, but you know what? It is the fact that none of you, and I'm talking to those who are listening on the replay too, because this is just as important for you all. Nobody's giving up, whereas there are people. You know this. I'm preaching to the choir here, who give up. Normal people even give up. Oh, gee, I can't do that anymore, therefore I won't. Therefore I won't even try. We all know people like that. So the point I'm making is that as tough as it is, you guys talking about the spasticity and, the pain and the discomfort that goes with it, at least you're trying. Day can only wash maybe one dish at a time. Wow. That's okay. In fact, that's great. Because she could sit back and just say, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. And feel sorry for herself. But she doesn't do it. And I'm just being, I'm just pulling it out of the hat, Day. I'm just using that as an example. Because I know you don't do those things. But people do.
No.
And I'm saying... Well, I know, but we all have our low moments. But the fact is, we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we start all over again. And that's the way it is. And that is
trust God.
I trust and that separates us. I mean it. Now, that doesn't mean we're better than anybody. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that we are special because we do have that gumption, and that's pretty much what it is gumption. We've got that spirit. We've got that spirit that separates us.
Exactly.
And I trust in the Lord with all my heart and lean not into my own understanding. In all my ways I acknowledge Him, and He shall direct my path. And that's, I stand firm on God's word.
Right.
Okay? You know how I am. Yeah.
Okay.
God in this. This too shall pass.
Yeah. It will, and the big thing is to keep trying, Marianne. You know that, and I know, like I said, I'm preaching to the choir, but just a word of caution before we have our last comments here, and that is, guys, please, with these weather conditions that are changing, this high humidity, these ungodly high temperatures, please be careful. Please be careful.
It's 89 degrees here now, which is this early in the day is 89.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, at night here, last night when I went to bed I went upstairs to 10:30. It was showing 91 degrees outside.
Oh, wow! 10:30 at night.
10:30 at night, folks. 10:30 at night.
And what's the averaging during the day?
Oh my God! During the day, it could be, 98, with 104 index or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but
just rehearsal.
But you would think at 10:30 at night,
yeah,
it would cool off. I stuck my head out before I went upstairs out the door, and I'm going, oh, it's so muggy.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't even want to go outside. Feel like you're in the pool, in the bottom of the pool, just trying to keep your head above water.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me that it feels this humidity and what you're talking about. It's heavy. It feels like they're wearing a coat of it. It's like a garment. Would you agree?
Oh yeah. I think here in Texas it is.
Yeah.
It's awful here.
Yeah, she's in Kansas, and they've had some ungodly humidity, which is not like them, especially this time of year. But
it feels humid here right now. It feels humid here.
Is it?
It does. I'm sitting at my kitchen table now. I mean, it's humid in here. I'm going to turn my air on in a little while because I just, my husband, I'm surprised he's off work today. I'm surprised he didn't come down here and turn the air on already. Mm-hmm. He sweats like somebody drenched him with water.
Yeah, I believe it.
Jumped him in the swimming pool. I just don't sweat.
Yeah.
But this is just a rehearsal down here on Earth. Hey, it's the hot.
You're right.
Bible says that hell is 7 times hotter than the heat on Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
7 times hotter.
That's hot.
Can't take it now. If they can't take it now, hey, you ain't gonna be able to stand hell at all. You ain't gonna be able to stand it at all, but still.
Yep, and the thing is, I think that while we're enduring this and while we're experiencing this, is to understand that, prophecy is being fulfilled. I believe that.
That's right.
That we've got to, for as long as the Lord wants us here, to ride it out individually and together. That here we are, and we do the best we can with what we've got while we can. And see, my point to saying all that is that I look at you guys as the true heroes. I really do. You are the warrior.
Thank you.
You are.
You too. You are too.
You're the warriors, and you're my champions. And why? Well, for all the things we've been talking about today. Because you don't give up. You don't quit. You don't stop. You don't feel sorry for yourself. Listen, there are so many normal people. I know even right now I've got one in mind. I'm not even going to go into it, but you know what I'm talking about. Normal as blueberry pie. Normal as the day is long. But, it's just not enough. So they turn to feeling sorry for themselves. They turn to, maybe doing bad things in life they have no business doing, and thinking bad things they have no, and all that stuff. And we know, you know what I'm talking about, all that stuff. And they just, but it becomes one great, big, giant pity party. And you know what I've got to say to people who do pity parties? I can't say it here. But it's, a couple of different 4-letter words all strung together. So I'll let you use your imaginations. It's not nice. But it describes it beautifully.
Okay.
But you guys are the heroes. You are the champions. You are the warriors because you keep going when the times are tough. You keep putting your foot one in front of the other. Even if it's one toe in front of the other, and that's the best you can do. And you don't stop, and you don't quit, and you don't give up. And that is what it's all about. That's what real success in life is all about.
That's very true.
I salute you. I salute you. You are my heroes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this makes me want to grab my YouTube on my phone, listen to Imagine Dragons Heroes.
Mm-hmm. So with that, I think we are going to close out. But before we do before we actually go to the prayer portion of the call, does anybody want to throw in their 2 cents on this subject, or anything else they want to comment on before we move on?
So, Ellen, I just want to make a comment that I heard a couple of people say they don't sweat.
Yeah.
And am I correct is that not a symptom of MS,
yes.
that you
yes.
don't sweat?
It is.
And
yes.
so I'm thinking that maybe somebody should talk to their neurologist about that, because there's maybe something they can do to help them, because I do think it's just not that I don't sweat kind of thing.
Right, exactly. And
that.
yes, it can be, easily can be, and many times is a symptom of MS. And since I'm not a medical person, I can't address it. But advice well taken, if they have not already. Heather, thank you. Okay. Anybody else?
I got one thing to say, just away from the MS world.
Okay.
My husband is going to be starting a new job this Friday night.
Oh,
it's a
good.
It's a full-time job. Yeah. So
what's he doing?
He's going to be washing dishes up there at the Black Powder Bar and Grill right here in Franklin.
All right.
All right.
I thought he was going to take some time off from working, but he's just going to keep right on working. That man's quite the guy.
That's great. That's
That's all I have to say.
Hats off. Hats off to him. Good. All right. Anybody else before we move along?
No, I'll just say my husband retired after 20 years in the Army, and I'll be glad when he retired from his job he's on now. So still got a couple of years, and he'll be good, and we can move up out of here and go on to where we want to move to Indianapolis.
All right. Good for you. That's a great goal to look forward to. Great goal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead. If there's anybody else? Not right now. Okay. Let's move on to the prayer portion of the call. And for those who may be listening for the first time, or, just joining us, you're brand new to Heart Talk, let me just tell you what we're doing. We always end our calls here with what we call the prayer portion of our call. And that is really self-explanatory, because we end with a prayer. And also reading the names on the prayer list, which we will get to in just a minute. But we always end with a prayer for this reason. We want to say thank you. And we want to say thank you to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And why? Because I believe with all my heart, that without just a certain amount, quote unquote, hint, hint, of divine intervention, this never would have come into play. It never would have come into fruition. There wouldn't be a Heart Talk. There really was some tremendous amount of guidance from above, I believe, that went into putting this together and allowing it to continue, which it does, week after week after week, year after year after year, and it does. And here we are. So we want to acknowledge that, and we want to say thank you. And we do that by closing everything out with a prayer and a reading of the names on the prayer list. And so with that, as we move into the prayer portion of the call, are there any names that need to go on the prayer list this week? Any names to go on the prayer list? No? Okay. Then let me get this ready here. And we will begin. Just one moment while I take another sip of juice. All right. And let me see if there is anybody who would like to offer the closing prayer. And if not, I'll be more than happy. Is there anyone who would care to do that?
I'll do it if nobody else don't want to.
All right, go right ahead. And as soon as you conclude, Marianne, then I will read the names on the prayer list. Okay? So whenever you're ready, dear.
Dear Lord, we thank you and we praise you for bringing us together one more time. You said in your word, where two or three are gathered together in your name, you're in the midst. Lord, we thank you for being in the midst of us right now. And, Lord, for all of the ailments and diseases that anyone that's on this line, whether they're dealing with MS or not, Lord, deliver them right now. Lord, you said, but he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Lord, we're claiming all of us being healed right now. In Jesus' holy name we pray, and we thank you right now for healing us. Thank God. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Right. And I will now read the names on the prayer list. Donnell, Linda, Sandra, Erica, Shemang, Dyke in Texas, Carlos in Canada, Janet Carroll and family, Tish and Luke Roscams in the UK, Mary Ferris, Jeremy Mann, Julie Perkins, Rashawn Jefferson, Damon Jones, Scotty Williams, Barbara Cleary in the UK, Linda Hawley, Sylvia, Greg Evenson and family, Arthur Marsalis, Veronica Lewis, Tanya Thompson, Kathy Pedrick, Mark, Francine Mancari, Tamala Lewis and family, Michelle, Joe in the UK, Carol in Iowa, Edie in Missouri, Alberta in Kansas, Will and Konachek, Sandra Moen, Susan, Russ Dizdar and family, Donna and Nathan Leal, Kathleen in Boston, Frankie, Melissa, and Destiny in Boston, Tracy Whiting, Clint and Cliff in Kansas, Phyllis in Kansas, Jennifer in the UK, Linda Jean, Sherry Gudgeon, Sabrina Sutton, Tracy Thacker, Melanie Monteith, Edie Neal, Sybil Wyndham, Manfred Pauli in Venezuela, Donna and son Andrew, Mubin in South Africa, Rona, Noor, Rami, Ferris, Muhammad, Jill Hahn, Travis Thacker, Ellen Thacker, John, Tommy and family, Dennis Walker, Faye, Maria in South Africa, Jennifer, Charlotte Matrisic, Maria in Nevada, Louise in Alabama, Patty in Alabama, Sybil Wyndham, Gloria, Contessa, Miss Disney, Aladios, Dr. Paul Hegstrom, Lorraine, Irene, Lydia, Mike Newcomb, Raza, Jason, Charlene Kelly, Daniel and Faniel in Toronto, Frankie, Robert, Stacy, Judy, Sarah, Ron and Marge, Constance Wadlington, Toretta, Glenda from Kansas, Larry Nichols, Melanie, Floyd, Amy and Eric Olson, Trudy, Gladys, Gerald Taylor, Diamond, Gregory, Irma, Travis John, Ertis, DeMarcus, Anne, Richard Brezen, Helen, Pearl, Irma, Grace, Rebecca, Linda and Joe in the UK, Dan and Jason Junker, Dion, Joshua and Johnny, Kalila, Aralee, the Marsh family, Judy Mullins, Grant Anderson family, Chad Cowan, Randy Guerra, Barry Wolcott, Tina and CJ, Ray, Mackenzie, Deborah, Sally, Joe and family, Gina, Mary in Alaska, Veronica Thomas, Karen in Seattle, Michael Freeman, Megan, Trudy, Jeremiah Mask, Grenady in Russia, Jeff Olson, Kelly in Texas, Jennifer in Kansas, Geneva Norris, Latasha Coleman, Seth Thomas, Jim Thomas and family, Tanisha Washington, Cindy, Guillermo, Eula Cooper, Robert Alexander, Leo Torres, Chris Elias, Jeff London, Jared and John Chambers and family, Eddie Tiny, Leslie Cavazos, Ryan Cadillo, Aaron Marsh, Jimmy in the UK, Valerie and Hillary Perry, Blanche Collins, Flick Mays, Michael Kuhlman, the Pope family, the Baldonado family, Mary Jo in Fargo, Danielle Duran, Dr. Marty Sanders, the Hargrave crew, Lena Davis family, Sharon in London, Billy Medlock, Lola Striggles, Rondella Canida, Dave McCartney and family, Nicole, Shay Standifer and family, Billy Coleman, Rita Nixon, James Grace, Alton Johnson, the Johnson family, Tracy and Alice Daniels, the Elias family, Arlen, Kathy and Al Matthews, Deborah Yars de Lorenzo, Chadrick Watson, Kevin Giles, Eric, Collins family, the Johnson family, Trevia Powell Clark and family, Ray LaBelle, Edward McFarland, Seth, Malaya Marnie Horton Fisher, Abe Martinez, Roscoe, Hattie Battle, Alberta and Chuck, Isabel, Enoch Bryant, Sister Wanda Burke, Anthony Kaneda, Trinity Johnson, Curtis Warren, Susan Trotter, Rhonda Pryor, Wanda Burke, James Washington, Enoch Bryant family, Aretha McKinney, Lee Pittman, Blessed Hartaben, Andre Giles, Penny, Bonnie, Loretta, Ray Charles, Wayne Jones Jr., Kadisha Cooper, Becky and family, Ashia and Kanisha Morrison, Jeff Olson family, the Sybil Morrison family, Trelina Hope, the Gafford family, Emily Aguilar and family, Shailadra Kelly, Ann Downs, Irvin Gudgeon, Latosha Coleman, Jackie Clark, Don Orth, Jason Kirkaby, Marlon Kirkaby, Denise Doobie, Miss Stapleton, the Mooney family. And Father, these are the children who perished in the apartment fire in Chicago. Adrian Hernandez, age 14, Ariel Garcia, age 5, Xavier Contreras, age 11, Nathan Contreras, age 11, Cesar Contreras, age 14, Maya Alvarez, age 3 months, Lani Ayaya, age 3, Graylani Ayaya, age 5, Giovanni Ayaya, age 14, and Victor Mendoza, age 16. Ricky, LaRosa, Paula, Netta, the Flores family, Rose Cummins, Val Hayward, the May family, Zefonso Davis, Michelle, Mac, Taylor, Ray, Allen, Willie Alton, Asila Freeman, Johnny Blair Jr., Alicia, Berguano family, the Lake of Stamford, Kashari Warren, Christopher Anders, May Thomas, Collie Parson, Lisa Abbey, Joe Moore Sr., Joshua Judkin, Rachel, Dylan, Wanda, Gordon Biffle, DeMarion Coleman, Mary Cox, Beth, Megan, Zachary, Stephanie Giles, Tevin Giles, Arlene Matthews family, the Crawford family, Veronica Enriquez, Dante, Marche, Emerson, Pryor, Leon, Nikki, Roy Collins, Steve LaFever, the Moody family, the Sanders family, Hezekiah, Metty Lisa Egenhagen, Jamie Kloss family, Shani, Susie Walker, Jackie McDonald, Letitia, Joan Ruffey, Shawnee, Marie, Michael, Letitia, Elizabeth, Judy Thomas, Belinda Prather, the Bailiff family, the Burefriend family, Ray Charles Davis, Arletha Davis, Aretha McKinney, Alberto Martinez, Sheila D. Lauder, Marion, Parker family, Byron, Levi Jester and family, Hearn family, Jimmy Sims, Roberta Wehrman, Johnny Ramirez Jr., Laura Stiles family, Terry Mason, Roman Nept, Hal Turner and family, Elisa Ruth Love, Michela, class of 2019 of the Franklin Public School, Sonia Fitzgerald and family, Patricia Johnson, the McNair family, Gerald Ray, Mabon and Jackson family, Thompson and Hall family, Dillon family, LaRoche, LaRonsa, Darius, Mr. King, and the Hagman family. And I will leave you with this. Lord, help me to remember that nothing is going to happen to me today that you and I can't handle. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. And guys, as always, it has been a wonderful get-together with you, a wonderful meet-up, as they say. I'm so glad you could make it. And, yeah, it's been a great talk right here on Heart Talk. We're going to do it again next week. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to keep on going. So everybody have a wonderful in the United States, have a wonderful 4th of July. You Canadians, you too. We invite you to join in with us. We would love to have you and everybody else all around the world.
Amen.
We pray for safety, pray for your safety, and that all is well with you and where you are. So until next time, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go and work on the replay and get some stuff done, but not before I leave you with these words, telling you that you are in my thoughts and my prayers, and that I love you, and that none of that will ever change.
Yes, and happy 4th of July to everyone. Love you. Love you all. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye.
And, bye-bye. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.